What is SMV? Standard Minute Value, SMV, is a measure used in the sewing industry to quantify the amount of time required to produce a garment. It is a standardized unit of time that takes into account various factors such as operator skill level, machine type, and complexity of the operation, to determine the average time required to complete a specific sewing task. The SMV is used in the production planning process to determine the number of garments that can be produced in a given time period, to schedule resources and allocate labor, and to determine the cost of goods. The SMV can be used as a benchmark to assess the performance of a production line and identify opportunities for improvement. The Standard Minute Value, SMV, in a sewing factory should be used in the following ways. To determine the cost of labor, the SMV helps in calculating the cost of labor required to produce a garment, based on the time taken to complete specific tasks. To set production targets, the SMV can be used to set realistic production targets and monitor the performance of the factory. To evaluate efficiency, the SMV can be used to compare the actual time taken to complete a task with the standard time and evaluate the efficiency of workers and the production process. To determine staffing needs, the SMV can be used to determine the number of workers required to meet production targets. To improve processes, by comparing actual times with SMV, areas for improvement in the production process can be identified and addressed. Calculating the standard allowed minute, SMV, in the sewing industry typically involves the following steps. 1 step, determine the operations. Identify all the operations involved in producing a garment, such as cutting, stitching, hemming, and pressing. 2 step, time study. Conduct a time study to determine the time required to perform each operation, taking into account the skill level of the operator, the type of machine used, and the complexity of the operation. 3 step, allocation of basic time. Allocate a basic time for each operation based on industry standards, taking into account factors such as operator skill level, machine type, and complexity of the operation. 4 step, allowance for non-productive time. Add allowances for non-productive time, such as machine setup, material handling, and other activities that do not add value to the product. 5 step, SMV calculation. Sum the basic time and allowances for each operation to determine the total SMV for a garment. 6 step, validation. Validate the SMV calculation through a trial production run and make necessary adjustments based on the results. Note: the SMV calculation is a complex process that requires experience and expertise. It is recommended to seek the help of a professional in the field to ensure accuracy. Thanks for watching.